Hello, welcome to a live demo of the Genesys Agentic Virtual Agent, or AVA. Most support bots in existence today deflect. They answer a question, contain the call, and everyone reports a containment number. The bot that you're going to see today does something a little bit different. It fixes a real problem, explains itself along the way, knows when to bring in a human, and turns a support moment into a sale. And it does all of it while you can measure every step. Today, we'll follow one customer's experience and journey through one evening. Three things to keep an eye on: a real fix, diagnosed and repaired step by step; a real choice between an agent and a human, entirely the customer's choice; and finally, a real revenue number at the very end, fully attributed. Let's meet Anne. It's evening, the house is busy, and unfortunately, her internet's gone spotty. Netflix keeps buffering on her daughter's iPad. She doesn't know why, she just knows that it's very annoying. Being a little technical, Anne decides that she doesn't want to call in. Who really wants to sit on hold? She also doesn't want to raise a ticket and wait. So she decides to go to the website to sort it out herself and seek help. And that's the make or break moment for any provider. Right now, Anne is just one bad experience away from Googling broadband deals near me. This is where you either keep her or lose her. Now, let's follow her journey in. And here's Anne on our website, looking for an answer herself. But before we follow Anne's journey, let's switch to the operations console that is visible to the Tier 2 or Tier 3 support agent on the service provider side to see what's going on in Anne's house. And this is the console, and let's click in to Anne's profile to see what's going on in her network. And right off the bat, we see three issues. In terms of severity, the very first is her living room hub's 2.4 radio is jammed. It's currently on channel 6, which is congested, and most likely because it's sharing the same channel with four other nearby network. The utilization is therefore in red. Second issue is that there is an iPad in the house which is stuck on a lower band, 2.4G, and the signal is quite poor at minus 78 dB. And the third issue is that there is poor coverage, most likely because the extender in the house is not placed properly, or there isn't sufficient extenders in the house. So this is what we know, but now let's follow Anne's journey through the website. So here we are, back with Anne. Now she's decided to browse through the website looking for an answer. So let's follow her. So she's scrolling through, hoping to find some information that can help her with her Wi-Fi issue. So she comes in to a support page or support portal. Let's click through and let's see if there's anything that's related to Wi-Fi. And there you go. Wi-Fi congestion, Wi-Fi issues are quite common. So um, there is an article that's 6 minutes long. So she decides to click through and find out what's going on. But she doesn't have to read the whole thing. We have identified that folks who come into this page most likely come in with a Wi-Fi issue. So we proactively reach out and ask if the customer has any Wi-Fi problems. So it takes us to a chatbot, and no asking to type the query, type the issue that the customer is facing. We are right there ready to help in. So let's see. And there you go. Before it can help us, it's asking to identify or authenticate ourselves. So let's do that. And let's type in Anne's phone number. So we have decided to enforce a two-level identification, the phone number and a PIN. So it's now asking for the PIN. So let's give it the PIN. Oops, that's the wrong PIN. And there you go. The authentication has been rejected. So let's now provide the correct one. So now it has completed the authentication. We can decide not to reveal the full name and mask sensitive information. So that's one option. But more importantly, before the bot can do anything, it's asking us for permission before the bot can reach in and view sensitive information. So that's a confirmation that has been built in. So let's give it a go ahead. And let's see what the bot comes back with. And there you go. It has identified that the most pressing issue is the congested 2.4G channel. So it's now asking for permission to move it to a cleaner channel. Now, none of this is decided by the bot. It's getting the information from the backend. So the backend also has the same information, and the bot is simply translating it to plain English and working through the customer in solving the problem. So let's say that Anne is not too convinced, so she wants to know more. So in this case, if the customer goes off script, there is another knowledge base that's attached to the bot, where the bot will get information to synthesize answers for the customer. In this case, the bot is trying to clarify to the customer that moving to a cleaner channel is the best way forward, and it will not affect your connectivity at home, and uh, you shouldn't expect any interruptions. And more importantly, it still holds on to that yes or no question that was asked before. It will not proceed without a yes or a no question answer rather. So like in this case, let's say, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I want you to now look at what's happening in the backend to see if there's action being taken. And there you go. Uh, the tool has been called and the channel has been moved from 6 to 11 and the congestion has now been cleared. So the bot reports back telling us that uh, the first problem has been solved, but more importantly, it's not stopping there. It is now reporting that there's another problem that could also potentially improve Wi-Fi experience in the customer's house. And it's telling Anne that it has found a device that is in the lower band and it's offering to move to the faster 5G band. And again, it's asking us for permission. We know that's the case because, as you can see, the iPad is in a lower band with a very poor signal. So in this case, let's give it permission to move forward. And once again, take a look at what happens to the iPad. And there you go. The iPad has been moved to the 5G band with a much better signal at minus 56 dB. And the bot is now reporting that most of the pressing issues has been solved. And it's asking for confirmation if the customer's issue has been sorted out. So Anne goes back, does her testing quick, and comes back and says, and there you go. we have solved a problem. So let's end this conversation. But before we end it, the bot now asks us to hold on because we just recognize that the problem has been solved, the customer is happy, so it is now attempting to solve one other problem, which is the poor coverage in the house, as we saw here. But now, as we know, that will require some additional extenders in the house. So it's asking us for permission. Uh, or rather, it is reporting that it has identified that there is weak coverage in the house and that there is a possibility for a mesh booster to improve situation. So it's trying to offer an additional extender to the customer. So let's find out more. Yeah. So it's this is a very very important pivoting point. Now the agent has provided information regarding the upgrade. The upgrade is $6 for an additional extender on a monthly basis. And here's a deliberate design choice. It offers both. It offers to do the upgrade itself, or it offers to pass to an agent, a live agent. The data is very clear as of today. Most people are comfortable in principle with an AI placing an order, but far fewer have actually let one do it. Trust is still catching up to the technology. So we offer both and meet Anne where her trust is. As that comfort grows in the future, this will shift. But for now, given her choice, let's keep the opportunity in the funnel instead of losing it. So let's say that Anne is comfortable letting the agent handle the upgrade. As always, there's a second level of confirmation because this involves a purchase. So it's asking Anne for a reconfirmation, and it'll only proceed if there is a deliberate yes from the customer. So let's do that. And as you see in the back end, there was an order confirmation that was sent, and this means that the order has been placed, confirmation has been uh, set up in the system, and only then does it respond back with additional information that the extender will arrive in 3 to 5 days. A confirmation email has been sent and asking for any other additional questions. So in this case, we say no. And there you go. That's the experience. The bot fixed a problem. It taught her something, bought a human within reach at all times, and it turned a support moment into revenue. But if I'm running this contact center, I have one other question. How do I know it's actually working? Because an agent that you can't measure, you can't observe, is actually a black box. And you don't want to put a black box in front of our customers. So everything that you just saw here is instrumented. Now, let's view some of the dashboards that's available out of the box in Genesys to see how the bot performed and to see how the customer's journey was and touch points were. The very first dashboard that we are going to be seeing today is the virtual agent performance dashboard. Here, you get to see the containment percentage, how many times an agent was escalated, a live agent was escalated, how many times customers abandoned the conversation, and how many errors, so on and so forth. So this is a very useful dashboard for you to see how efficient the bot is in containment, which is your primary goal. The second dashboard that we'll be seeing is the flow outcomes. If you have carefully placed flow outcomes in your entire architect flow, you will be able to see some additional matrices, like in this case, how many uh, times was the connectivity self-healed and how many times an upsell opportunity was surfaced. So these are milestones or outcomes that I have chosen. This is highly customizable. You can choose to place outcomes at different points in your flow to capture different data. And one thing that I would like to point out is this upsell opportunity surfaced. The key word here being surfaced. So it will tell you how many times an upsell opportunity was offered to the customer, how many times it was successful, and how many times it was failed. So this is the conversion rate. That's a real funnel right here with real attribution. Every opportunity can be traced back to the action that created it. And finally, the most interesting one is the journey flow. The journey flow Shangi chart shows you exactly how the customer's journey, not just one, but all the customers in totality for the period that you are interested in, how their journeys went through from start to end. So from start all the way till end here. So there are a few options, a few ways the journey could have gone. The customer could have abandoned the conversation, they could have disconnected it, they could have escalated it, but more importantly, this is the area that is of highest importance to you, which is what happens when the customer goes from one milestone to another. So by viewing this journey flow, you will be able to go in, fine tune your bot to make sure that more and more customers fall into the last flow here rather than the first three on the top. All of this dashboards and flows are native to the platform. And if I want more, every one of these outcomes is on the API as well. So I can pipe them straight into whatever BI stack that I already own. So that's the difference between a bot and a measurable bot. Cost avoided, service quality, and revenue generated. All of these are attributable, and none of them are a black box. So a proactive agent that fixes real problems, explains itself, knows when to bring in a human, and opens a revenue funnel, all fully measured. Now, how do you actually build one of these that behave like this? The permission at every step, the plain English reporting, and deterministic decision under the hood, the clean handoffs. None of this happens by accident. So that's the next video. I'll walk through the tips, the traps, and exactly how to get the behavior that you just saw. Thank you.